Have you ever been forced out of your own home and been told that you have to leave everything you've left behind? I'm guessing not. Fortunately, most of us are too privileged to ever have to experience this. But for some people, this is a harsh reality of their everyday life. There are 68.5 million refugees worldwide. These are 68.5 million people that have been forcibly displaced and that have to endure the struggles of leaving behind everything they've ever known as the only way to survive. These people have no choice. Having been removed from another country myself at a young age, I can only understand at the lowest level the feeling of being displaced, of feeling lost and out of place in a country that is not your own and far away from home. Like most people my age, I hadn't known much about refugees except what I saw on TV. I only had a small media biased perspective of what their lives are really like. After reading the book, We Are Displaced, my eyes were open to what it really means to be a refugee. The book mentions the stories of several young girls and how they, like many others, struggled to survive in their situation. They lost, if not all, then most of their personal belongings. They had to give up their education and would often have to walk days on end until they found another safe place or camp. It saddens me that for many people in the world, these things are just a part of everyday life. Not only do these people have to deal with the physical effects of being refugees, but they are also left in a degraded psychological state. Often they have been victims of political or religious oppression, war, migration, and resettlement. Some refugees may even have experienced imprisonment, malnutrition. In most cases, people leave their home knowing it will either be destroyed or that they will never be able to come back. They experience loved ones' deaths and go through the trauma of not only seeing, but sometimes living in a war zone. I believe that no one should ever have to suffer these conditions, for this is the ultimate depletion of the quality of human life. I struggle to understand when it became acceptable in this world to have this many people living in such an awful state. When I compare these refugees' lives to those of people in my community, a big difference is obvious. We have so many things that we take for granted. Running water, food, shelter, a family, and a safe place to sleep at night are the things we should all be overjoyed to have. I truly think that people are so caught up in the frenzy of their own lives, they neglect to realize just how privileged they really are. We often complain about things that we should be appreciative for. I believe that people should take a minute to reflect on their lives and realize how truly lucky they are to even have a roof over their head, because in the end, that's more than others can say they have.